We still haven't heard Judy's side, so we can't say anything, but she sure caused the guild a major headache, breaking Blastias all on her own. There's no getting around that fact, no matter what her reasons. We have to settle this. Man, I hate waiting.
Alright. So we're starting off from where we originally left off. I need to resave over that other save up there. VRT on this one. So this will be save number 34 in total. Save point number 34. Alright, let's talk to... It might crash. For some reason, these boat scenes crash. Alright, is that the core from the Sierra's Blastia that Judy destroyed? Yes, it's definitely cut with a different formula than your usual core. It looks like what she said was true. Shed, she wasn't too good at lying after all. To discover that the new technology you created was bad for the world after what must have been years of research. I can't imagine how the person who created the Hermes technique must have felt. Well, what if it had been you? If I found out that it hurt the Earth, I would have to do something about it. But I wouldn't destroy the Blastia like that. What the? Nothing. Arrgh. If only things weren't so complicated. I could have just blasted her into oblivion and been done with it. Yeah. Oh, Yuri. Sorry to interrupt while you were sleeping. Or not sleeping, while you're daydreaming. Ever since I took Belius' life without meaning to, I wanted to know what it means to be the child of the full moon, so the same thing doesn't happen again. I always thought that it was my duty to know. But after what happened to Belius, that's how everyone is. They do something, they learn, they do something else, they learn more. You too, Yuri? Yeah. Maybe if I had known everything ahead of time, I wouldn't have made any mistakes. There's only one thing I can say for sure. What's that? Maybe you wouldn't have made any mistakes, but it sure would have been boring. Fucking Yuri. I really wonder. You don't need to wonder, it would have been boring. So, does an old man past his prime fit into the picture at all? What are you whining about, old man? Why are you past your prime? What Judith was talking about before. Hermes Blastia. What is it? Was it? What was it? I don't know why I felt weird reading that. Blastia created with techniques that should have been lost in the war are still active. Do you know what that means? What this means? I guess someone who survived the war brought either Blastia or those techniques back with him. If that person was still using the Blastia, even though he knew it was harmful to the Earth, someone like that would have to be quite the villain indeed. Old man, don't tell me you. Hey now, yours truly was nothing but an innocent youth on the straight and narrow back then. I wouldn't do something like that, even on my worst day. Heh, I was just trying to trick you into giving yourself away. You're a slippery one. Son of a... When are you gonna learn some respect for your elders? Last person. Carol. Oh, okay. Are you thinking about Judy? Yeah, I'm wondering what we should do about her. It's true that she broke the guild's laws and betrayed us. I always thought that a guild's strict adherence to its own laws was what kept it together. That there could be no exceptions, no lenience for those who would break the laws. But she did what she did to save the world. Judith is destroying Blastia because she knows it's the right thing to do, even if it makes people hate her. Yup. Judith didn't break our laws in order to do something bad. I know this now. I'm going to talk with her about it and give it some more thought. I'll figure this out eventually. Oh yeah? Maybe if I become a little more decisive, Nan will listen to me too. I don't give a fuck about your female problems. So now I can talk to Rapide. Just in case. Thank you. Woof! She's sound asleep. Let's let her sleep a bit longer.
Morning, Yuri.
Morning.
It's a beautiful morning, but even as we stand here, the air is out of balance. And our world may already be dying.
That's right.
Well, look who's feeling better.
In the past, these slight fluctuations of the air have not negatively affected our world. There have always been beings who maintain the balance by sensing changes in the airflow. Beings like Pharaoh and Baul, the Intellikeia.
So the Intellikeia were responsible for keeping the air balanced.
For ages, the Intellikeia have regulated the air. But the recent increase has been greater than they could control.
Which is being caused by the Hermes Blastia.
And which is also why you were going around taking down as many of them as you could.
Yes, that was my mission. The path I walk with Baul, to whom I owe my life.
The path you walk.
Now some would even hunt the Intellikeia for apatheia. This has made the mission of the Intellikeia even more difficult.
Why is everybody so crazy about these apatheia anyway?
I'm afraid I don't have an answer. The air an Intellikeia absorbs becomes condensed within its body over time. When its life is at an end, that condensed air forms a crystal, an apatheia. That's all I know. I imagine Pharaoh could shed more light on the subject, though.
So Epithea are crystals of concentrated air. If that's true and the energy could be extracted from the Epithea, it would be a source of overwhelming power, I'm sure.
Could we really do that?
I don't know.
I bet somebody wants to use these things for the wrong reasons.
Why didn't you just tell us all this from the beginning?
Seriously, we could have avoided all this trouble if you'd just talked to us. Am I wrong?
Even if you had known, there are things not even you could have prevented.
What do you mean?
I showed up at Heliord because Baul had sensed a disturbance in the air. Where there was a disturbance, there was sure to be a Hermes Blastia. But what I found there was not a Blastia, it was a person. That had never happened before.
So it wasn't like you were looking for Estelle in particular back at Heliord.
Yet for some reason, Baul perceived Estelle as a disturbance in the air. I had to find out why, for the sake of the path I've chosen. It was at that time that Pharaoh first appeared. He seemed to have some idea who Estelle was. My mission was to destroy all the Hermes Blastia. However, Estelle was obviously not a Blastia. I needed to make absolutely certain. I made a deal with Pharaoh, and he agreed to grant me some time.
You mean...
If it became apparent that her existence posed too great a threat, then I would kill her.
You what?
Settle down. Obviously, Judith reached a different conclusion.
All right, I get it.
Belius said you possess a heart of compassion. If you can communicate that to Pharaoh somehow, you may learn what you should do.
Hey, there's no real reason for you to fight Pharaoh anymore, right? I mean, we know the Hermes Blastia are what's causing the problem and everything. If we just make sure the Epithea don't fall into the wrong hands...
I still want to meet Pharaoh. I want to hear what he has to tell me.
But...
Please try to understand. I have to know more about myself and take responsibility for who I am.
All right.
Sorry, Yuri. I don't think we can decide what to do about Judith right away.
I promise not to leave again until things have been settled, as you said. I need to accept that responsibility myself.
Let's go and find Pharaoh. We'll finally be getting around to one of the first things we set out to do. We can work out the rest once this is finished.
There is a rocky crag in the center of the sands of Kogor. That is where Pharaoh lives. Baul can take us there.
Okay, let's go. This meeting's been a long time coming.
I can communicate with Baul, but there are still a few things you should know.
Like what?
Baul can only land on the ground in wide, open spaces. So you won't be able to dismount on steep mountain ranges or in narrow canyons.
Can't he land on water?
Water's no good either.
Really? He looks like he'd be a good swimmer.
Yeah, he'd sink like a rock.
Huh, who knew?
That's why we have a ship, right?
Right. If you'd like to get down onto the ocean, let me know. Pharaoh will set our ship down there for us.
Okay, but what should we do when we want to fly again?
Use Pharaoh's horn to call him to you.
Bowels? That's all there is to it?
Every Intellicaea has a special region in its brain that can be used for communication with a special power Critings possess.
Huh. So we can get a hold of him by using that.
Right.
Yes. Finally. This is like all anyone ever cares about in the Tales of games. When you get your air transportation.
Judith, you're familiar with Pharaoh, aren't you?
Is he really as scary as he seems?
Well, let's see. Sometimes he's logical, sometimes he's emotional. He can be really scary or really kind.
Alright, that didn't help very much.
One thing's certain, his power is extraordinary, even among the Intellicaea.
Here's hoping we don't wind up looking like poor old Mount Temza the moment we meet him.
If he can do that to a mountain, there wouldn't be anything left if he turned on us.
I wish you wouldn't joke about scary things like that.
Why should we get scared before we even get there? Especially if he's that strong.
Wish I could take it as lightly as you and Yuri.
Alright, so she said Sanskogor, the crag. There it is, right there. Go ahead and land on this. So this is where Pharaoh is. Should be. I wasn't able to see him when we came to the desert. But I think this is where we can meet him. Make sure that the mic's on. I hope nothing bad will happen. What if he suddenly attacks us? I can't make any guarantees. I don't think we'll have a say in the matter. Carol, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. I should go. Pharaoh sure did pick a bleak place to live in, don't you think? They say this area used to be covered in lush greenery. Why did it turn into this rocky desert? I don't know that much. Stell, are you really going to meet him? Even though you could get killed? Yes, I've already made my decision, my peace with this decision. Rita, you've been acting a little funny ever since hearing Judy's story on the ship. Do you have a problem with meeting Pharaoh? I just think it'll be hard on her to hear what he has to say. But it's too late to turn back now. We've come back this far after all. Oh, yeah, of course. I went to hit that skid.